if you're this kind of a man, it will be very difficult to have good communication with your woman. And when it comes to intimacy, it will always be a problem. Now, stay tuned. This video is for all men, not women. If you're a woman, you can scroll past. As a man, whether single, married, this video is for you. This is our solution. The goal is for you to stay in a healthy relationship and a healthy marriage. Number one thing you will now do, or if you're doing, it makes you to always have issues with your woman, is if you're the type of man that have negative attitude to life. You have negative attitude, you hardly believe in yourself, you hardly believe in the things you do. Anything that comes, even when you need to face challenges in life, you feel those things are bad. You always have a bad notion about everything. It makes you to limit yourself and never want to progress. Now, what it does to your relationship is there is nothing your woman do that you will always want to see it as good. And at the same time, there are some opportunities your woman will want to try. Instead of giving her the encouragement she needs, even you couldn't encourage yourself. So it will be very difficult to encourage her. So now, if you are a man who is facing this, what you need to do is start fighting that urge to be negative. Always have positive insight to everything that is happening around you. Even if they are bad, tell yourself, those bad, you can turn them to good. Challenges must come. In as much as you're a man, even a human being, challenges must come. But don't be too attached. Don't attach negativity to every challenge that comes. There are things you do that you get right, and there are things you will not get right. So remove the thought of being negative as a man in your head in order for you even to succeed in whatever you're doing. The second thing you will do that will really affect your relationship with your woman is if you're being too easily prone to be influenced. If you're prone to be influenced, if they can easily influence you, if you're a man, please, there are things you know you want. There are things, do not allow people to make decisions for you, especially every decision that has to do with your life. It will so affect your relationship. It will affect your intimacy, because if you are the type that always take advice from people, you want to do something a certain way, and people will not tell you, do it this way. You will not live the way you know you will do it better and do it some certain way. It will always cause issues between you and your woman, especially if your woman even notice you're this kind of a person. She want to always take advantage of you, and if she has started taking advantage of you, you failed her test. There is no way you will be that man that will lead her in that relationship. You see, as a man, always learn to be that man that knows what he wants. Do what you want. Do you. In as much as that thing is not going to affect anybody negatively, it is what you want. Please do it. Do not be the type that can easily be influenced by people, by your woman, by anybody. Let your woman know that you are the type that have a mind of your own. Then the third thing you will do that will be very bad for your relationship is when you are bad at handling criticism of any kind. If you are the type of a man, whether negative criticism or light criticism, you don't accept them. You notice that you're this kind of person, you don't even want people, because sometimes negative criticisms, if somebody criticizes you, it's something you should work on yourself. Oh, I don't like the way this person spoke to me, so I need to work on myself. Sometimes working on yourself do not make you to change, because if you're this kind of person, you don't want any criticism of any sort, you will see yourself, you want to always dance to people's tone. You want to always do what people want. You become this yes kind of a man. If they criticize you, If it is something you're doing wrong, you need to change from, change. But if it is something you know, there is no harm in what you're doing, but you know everybody will never accept you for who you are. So if they don't accept you for who you are, just be you and be happy. Sometimes even if they talk about it, just laugh. Sometimes don't take everything people say too seriously. Loosen up. They have their mouth, let them say what they want to say. Because if you take everything too seriously, that is where you see even communicating with your woman becomes a very big problem, because sometimes she will use criticism. Sometimes she will criticize you. And most times you will find out that you criticize her. It is normal in relationship. It's just the disrespect aspect that you are not supposed to take. But criticism makes you to become better version of yourself. If they criticize you in the things you're doing wrong, you would adjust and start doing it right. So you see, if you're the type that you don't take any criticism at all, you want to be this Mr. Perfect for everybody. And you can never be a Mr. Perfect. Because if you want to be a Mr. Perfect, you will lose yourself trying to please others. So always have this mind. Anything they see that does not really have anything to do with your personality or your person, ignore it and laugh over it. Keep being yourself. Always do you. And you will see, you will be that kind of a man every woman really wants in her life. Then the fourth thing is, if you're always constantly critical about yourself, being critical about yourself, you feel you're not supposed to make mistake. Everyone is prone to mistake. Even in your job, you feel if you make mistake, it becomes a very big deal for you. Take life easy as a man. Take it very, very easy. It will even help you to live long as a man. So if you're too critical in everything you're doing, you see yourself, you will always want to do things you're not supposed to do. You will always want to be at people's beck and call, because you really want to be that perfect person they really want you to be. You do feel you're not supposed to make mistake. Everyone is prone to mistake. So do not be too practical. If you make mistake, it is normal in life. Stand up, dust yourself, start up again. That's what makes you a human being. You're not God who is perfect. You as a human being, you are a human being. You are a human. So you have to live your life. So don't be too practical. Don't be too practical. You can make mistakes. So that is where you see you want to always say, oh, I want peace. I want to hold myself. Everything that is going wrong, you want to blame yourself for everything. Do not take the blame for everything. There are things you did right. Applaud yourself for it. There are things you did wrong. Own up to it. It is normal. Everyone make mistake. Have this notion that everyone make mistakes. So once you make one, adjust and move on from it. Change if need be. Make an amends. Then the fifth and the last one, you constantly look, if you're the type that is always constantly looking for validation. You are in a relationship. Every time you're asking your woman, do you love me? Do you love me? Don't you love me? Am I a good man? Stop asking your woman such questions. I already told you, action speaks louder than voice when it comes to woman in a relationship. She will show you she loves you through her actions. So if she's showing you she loves you, you don't need validation. If you're always constantly looking for validation, it means you're telling yourself that you're not good enough. Even when they love you wholeheartedly, you will never believe it because you feel you're not good enough. So if you're a man, you're good the way you're created. You're best the way you're created. So do not always look for validation. Oh, am I doing this? That is where you see yourself. You want to always do everything and anything to please a woman, to please people around you. You become people pleaser. Do not be anybody's pleaser. So if you're a man with this kind of attitude, it is very difficult for you to really have a healthy relationship with any woman. you will always notice that you will always have communication issues in your relationship. Even when it comes to knacking, it becomes a very big difficult problems, because those things will always come on the way between you and your woman. So do not do these things in your relationship. This is Spell Solution. The goal is for you to stay in a healthy relationship and a healthy marriage. Do well to like. Drop your comment what you think about the video. And if you're seeing my video for the very first time, do well to follow my page. Thank you.